Welcome to the Kim LaRue Show.
Thank you for inviting me to your Black Excellence Weekend. I had a wonderful time. I must say that I was impressed. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I know you give it annually.
Yes.
And that was my first time going.
Yes.
And it was just a breath of fresh air to be amongst Black excellence, fine foods and dining with fine wine, you know, elegance.
Yes.
You know, I had a great time, you know.
Yes.
Okay, so how'd you come up with this event?
Well, the Black Excellence Weekend, I began roughly, I think, 2015.
Oh, okay.
The idea behind that, you know, is rooted, you know, I have to give credit to my grandparents, rest in peace. My grandparents on my father's side were like Black socialites in Charleston, South Carolina. So every year they always had these big, you know, outlandish functions at their house. Everybody that was somebody was there.
Right.
And that side of me grew up seeing that, seeing different people from all walks of life, Black people, successful Black people,
Right.
that regardless of what they did, they all came under one roof and they socialized, and it was harmonious and it was peace. And growing up, you know, I always had that social bug. I always was out on the scenes, and I wanted to.
We can tell.
You know, I always wanted to create something for us, for Black entrepreneurs, for Black businessmen and women, professionals that lived in the community, but, you know, were just comfortable doing their 9 to 5 or doing their career, going, you know, to work or to their business and going home and not knowing who their neighbors are. And I wanted to create an environment where individuals that wanted to know how to become an entrepreneur or had an idea for a business that were actually in the company of other people that were willing to share. I wanted to create an environment where it wasn't just about, you know, drinking a glass of champagne or looking at this sister or sizing this brother up. It was, you know, hand-picked of people that I felt that would be an asset to one another.
Right.
So it wasn't like, you know, this cold marketing, like, you know, trying to, you know, give this pitch or something. It was us being us, but showing the excellence that we are.
Yes.
You know, doctors, lawyers, you know, PhDs, teachers, professors, you know, people that own restaurants.
Yes.
Everybody would, you know, come and sit and say, well, you know, I live right down the block from you and I'm a judge. Well, how do I know that you're a judge?
Right.
You got to come out and socialize, let people know, because your information is an asset to individuals that may.
Absolutely, and I always I say that a lot too. It's not, a lot of times it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
and that's really true. So it's important to tell our children or show our children, expand them, take them places. You know, my son's a music producer. And I taught him, you just don't want to know music producers and singers and writers. You want to know the judges, the politicians. You want to know the man who owned the cleaners up the block. You know, all that. So you right on point. You right on point. I have such a absolutely. But it's just, and not only you get to learn, you know, more information, knowledge. I know so many people. My goodness. Ooh, from the judge, the lawyer, to, you know, the man that collect the cans.
And I'm big,
you know,
I'm very big on that.
You know, absolutely. You could learn so much if you just take the time and just, you know, be kind and nice to people. You could learn a lot.
It's humbling and it's rewarding at the same time.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to the Black Excellence, the next one coming up. How can people get in touch with you if they want to attend or be a part of the Black Excellence?
Well, they can contact me via email. I'll give you the email at the end of the show.
Okay. Well, you give it to us right now.
My name is very long, so you can reach me at Siekiem Kontom 0513 at gmail.com. That's SIEKIEM KONTOM 0513 at gmail.com.
There you go. So it comes up. You have it every summer.
Every summer.
Okay.
Every summer. It's a 3-day weekend. Friday is generally the meet and greet for individuals come out after, meeting individuals for the first time. It's a light environment. It's not stuffy. It's relaxed.
Very relaxed, elegant, classy. I was there.
Saturday is what I consider the cigars and success. Many of the acquaintances that I've met over the years like cigars such as myself. And individuals that don't partake in cigars are welcome as well because it's held in an outside environment. And my main focus is to show each other that black people can socialize without us having that stigma of thinking that socializing in an upscale environment is a white thing.
Right.
We have to erase that because in my upbringing, blacks, we are the epitome of excellence. We define style, we define, couture, we define, class and mannerisms. It's just in our upbringing. And for those of us that may have thought that was lost, that's my agenda to bring that back.
Absolutely, and that's what I love because when I go out, don't get me wrong, I love music. Was raised in music. I sing from time to time with my dad and his band. And I always singing, so he calling me, when you coming? I've been gone for about a year. But I was in the environment, should made me forget, what was I talking about?
Your upbringing, singing.
The upbringing is singing, the environment, okay. And going out, and it's not just about going to a club. It's not about twerking and everybody got a drink all up in the club. That's beautiful. I mean, R&B, I love my clubs, upscale clubs. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired of the twerking and I don't know what's going on with my sisters. I am disappointed with a lot of them. I am. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna put it out there. I don't know what's going on with these fake butts and these, oh my God. Woo! I got the chills just saying it. And the crazy thing about it really doesn't look good. Like it just don't. Your legs are way too skinny for it. Like I just can't believe, y'all know who Sarah Bartman is like. Do y'all know Hot and Tot, Venus Hot and Tot? I'm gonna just throw that out there. Please do the research. They pranced her around because she had this huge, derriere, and I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about this. I'm on this topic, so I'm gonna finish it. And I'm gonna complete it. I'm gonna get back to my good brother, man. But we never needed butts. Like we never had that issue. We are shapely. We are
genetic.
Yes, just like, some butts are bigger than others. Some are more rounder, some are flatter with hips, all different styles and shapes. And if you have a flat butt and you're a black girl, oh well. That's the cards you were dealt, and you better work that flat ass. But as far as these butts, I don't know, a lot of black women are talking about it, but I'm going to talk about it. It looks horrible. It doesn't look good. And y'all being guinea pigs. And what's going to happen when you turn 50? Like, what's going to happen when you turn 60? It is poison in your body. The images you are putting out to the young sisters, it is clear that you don't love yourself because you're willing to cut yourself and put this. Yes, I know I'm being judgmental.
Listen, there's not one person on this planet that is not judgmental. But your judgment is serving a purpose.
It's just stop it. Please stop it. Please stop changing your faces. You know why I love Oprah Winfrey? I remember many years ago, she said she wasn't having plastic surgery. She wanted to see herself age gracefully and accept it and, accept the bags. And I'm with Oprah, we got to start loving ourselves again. What happened? I blame it on Luke. I'm gonna cut that out. Don't blame it on Luke. To the ground. I don't know. I always use that as a was crazy, and I wasn't part of it. That shit scared me.
Listen.
Since we on this topic, I don't know. I want to share this to you young girls out there, young ladies out there. I don't know what's going on, but these young boys are going crazy over older women. They are not messing with y'all. They are flying to us like a herd, okay? I'm serious, I kid you not. They are not, and I'm not into that. I'm nobody's cool girl. I need someone my age, my speed, and I'm gonna just leave it as that. But it's a lot, way more than ever. And I know some women who chose to go that route. And what they are saying is that they can't deal with y'all. Everything about y'all is fake. They said everything about their generation, their age group, which is from 21 to about 35. That's hitting on women that's 45 and older. So that means 50, 55, 60, that's the age group. And they saying that because the women, meaning the ones in their 20s, they saying that women, that's their age is totally fake. Everything about them is fake. They don't know what's real. They can't believe them. They don't know how to cook. They wear makeup. Like, this is the stuff they saying about y'all.
There's some extra stuff you can add to that.
Well, I don't know. Well, you add to it.
I mentor young men, and the things that, we discuss or used to discuss is that young demographic, I'll say like 17 through 21, or let's even go through 25.
25 is right.
So that's 7 through that 25
yes.
age. They are not health conscious. And when I say health conscious, they are not aware of their STD status. They are not in tune with their general hygiene. They are more caught up on the aesthetics more than their health. And what you young ladies think is appealing or appeasing to a young man, that fades instantly after intercourse. Because these young men, contrary to what you may believe, they are, they're thinkers. And just by nature, men lend to women as nurturers. And in a discussion, if you do not have the fortitude to have a conversation or seem as if you're, of substance, that young man or that man your age is turned off from you. Because regardless of whether you want to accept it or not, a male's, imagery of a woman, the closest thing to him is his mother. And regardless of how you look in the club or regardless of how you look, that night, weeks after being in a relationship or dating you, certain things are going to come out about you that is not going to be appeasing. Many of these young ladies do not, if they live by themselves, do not wash their dishes. They do not care for their body properly. They do not go to the doctor. And more so, they're afraid to go to the doctor because they know if the time span that it's been since they've been to the doctor, the last time that they've been to the doctor say, I remember you when you was a kid, because that was the last time their mother brought them in. And these young men, they see that. And when they look at you in contrast to older women, this older woman is in tune with her livelihood, her health. Why? Because that's her foundation. She has to preserve herself. She has to cook to sustain herself. She has to work to sustain herself. Many of these young ladies do not have that mindset. They think that, okay, social media is here. If I appear clean or I look clean or I look this particular way, I'm going to attract a man. Okay, well, after you attract that man, what do you have to offer? What can you enlighten that man with? Because everybody needs enlightenment. And that's what this generation of young women fall short on, being capable of enlightening their character. So
the state of black men's mental health.
Yes.
Is it alarming? What do you think is alarming right now? Is it something that should be talked about way more than what it is?
No, it's not alarming to me.
Okay.
Is it alarming?
I think it's alarming.
Well, let me say this. It's alarming to the general public that already knew, but that was just waiting for men to come forward with it. Okay. Because, growing up in the era that we did, when you're subjected to certain things and you have certain things that are like a level of status, a level of approval, certain things will affect you being a male mentally that it may affect a woman differently. And if we don't have this to bounce this off of each other, we suppress these things. And it comes out different ways.
Right.
It comes out aggression, it comes out through alcohol, it comes out through drugs, it comes out through abuse. And I'm going to speak for me. To a degree, I always felt that I deserved more. I knew I was destined for more. But my love for certain things held me back.
Okay.
Because I wanted to pull people with me. I wanted to make sure every
Love for certain things. What certain things? Something specific or just in
love
general?
for friends, love for family,
okay.
love for things that were going on around me that I put the burden on my shoulders as many black men do. And it weighs on us. And society at that particular time would say, well, you're a man, handle it. That's what men do.
Right.
You know, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. So if you have everybody telling you you're going to be all right, when you close that door, who's really sitting down with you telling you, don't worry about it. You're going to be all right.
And you're sitting there, you're not all right.
No one is telling you that. So in real time, you realize that. You realize that no one is there for you. People are around you, but no one is there for you. But as a man, at a particular time, who do you tell that to? Because men were conditioned to say, man, don't toughen up, man, stop whining, stop this. So when you hear this continuously, you become resilient. You don't want to share certain things. So is it new? No, it's great. But then when I hear, you know, that it's exploding now, that men are talking about it, like I look at things with a side eye because...
Why with a side eye? You would think that if men talking about it, that's a good thing.
Because
it's not...
Being very analytical, I want you to be open with yourself because you want to begin to change or bring forth certain things about you that you never had the opportunity of. You have to know who you are, and know who you are is greater than your immediate circumstance. Whether or not you grew up on welfare, that doesn't define your capabilities. That does not define, you know, your purpose. That does not limit you. And, you know, I owe everything, you know, to my mother, but the things that she instilled in me is that you see beyond your lip. That's what she used to tell me. You know, look beyond your lip. You know, don't just see what's in front of you. You know, see yourself ahead of where you are. And many of our young men are not having that told to them. Because the contrast to that is, okay, you telling me to look beyond where I'm at, but they can't visualize that. They can't visualize. So what do you want me to do? So tell me, what do you want me to do? You want me to see beyond yourself? And I have to put myself in their shoes. Like, every negative thing that's going through your mind has went through my mind. Everything that you're thinking about doing, I've done. And I'm here. Why? Because I knew even in the midst of doing that, I was greater than that. I may have been living up to what was our status quo, but I always had that knowledge. I always had that fortitude inside of me to push further. I had to just be courageous enough to step outside of the person step outside of the person that my community saw me as, and speak from a different angle. Even if they like, yo, this dude used to sell drugs. This dude used to, do this. And
So just my thoughts. I read this book. This book was, it was a good read. It was an easy read.
Yes, intensive.
It was a good, intensive read. Yeah. You're very right. That is an intensive read. I know, I was impressed. And just my thoughts. There you go. They can get this on the website also, right? Okay, great.
And Amazon.
Okay, I'm gonna put the information up there. But the psychology of violence.
Yes.
I thought that was very, very, very interesting. Of how you broke it down. It was like a business layout. The way you did
PowerPoint.
it. Yeah. But it was easy enough that I was able to read it. But let me read what this says. It says, no offense, but I have chosen to use cancer to illustrate how serious this problem is to our society and our country as a whole. So this is what you're saying, referring to the psychology of violence. You compared it to cancer.
Yes.
I thought that was very, very powerful. I like the way you broke down the politicians and how the politics work. I like that too.
Welcome to the Kim LaRue Show.